Good afternoon. This is Colleen at Lavender Fields, showing you another batch of soap. I had just done the previous video on lilac, which kind of went a little crazy, so hopefully this one does not. So I'm at the stage again. These are oils in here. My husband's holding the colander for me because my lye, sometimes lye can get sediment in it. So this batch, for some reason, the lye has some sediment in it. I don't usually like doing this because it creates bubbles in the oil, but we're going to have no choice but to do it. So, okay, we're going to add the lye to the oils. And just like our previous video, our oils are all vegan oils. So this is a mixture of palm, cocoa butter, coconut oil, castor, sunflower, and olive oil. Oh, and avocado oil. I think I might have forgot that in the last video. We put avocado oil in our soap also, in this recipe. So, what do you want? This? You could speak. He doesn't want to speak because he doesn't want to be in the video. So, so we blended the lye, or put the lye in with the oils. Now, this is a large batch. This is a double batch also. The last video I made, the lilac, that is a single batch. So this one's a lot bigger. This is our lavender. I'm doing our Lavender Dream Soap, which I just made 2 months ago, and we have sold all our bars. Other than I do have some round bars still. But all my regular square bars with the swirls are, I think I'm down to 1 bar, so we need to restock. So, okay. I didn't get this too thick. I don't want it too thin because I do swirls in this batch of soap. So I'm hitting a light trace with this. So this fragrance, in my last video, the lilac just wreaked havoc in my soap. It riced and then accelerated. So this lavender does not, and I just poured it on my glove. Lavender does not tend to do that. So I can put it right in the main base, and the soap behaves well with it. So our lavender, I use in soap, I use a 4042 essential oil that we get from New Directions. And I'm generous with the essential oil. I do about 5 ounces in a 10-pound batch. Maybe a little more than 5 ounces. Now, because this is a larger batch, I like my little handy containers with the pour spouts, but this batch is too big, so I have to separate it in colors. Okay, there's one clean with oil, or with alcohol. Kind of jumped right into this one maybe prematurely. But like I said, bad soap making day. I mentioned in the earlier video that I did today that I had broke 3 out of our 4 measuring glasses while my husband was doing the dishes and broke another one. So we are out of those. So for colorants, for this, I'm using titanium dioxide that I've already mixed in water. This is from Mad Micas. And I'm using a lavender mica. So I do 2 shades of purple in this. And this one is from Brambleberry. I've used this for a long time, probably 8 years. I've stuck with that color. And this is one of my favorite colors also, which is why it's such a huge container. if you can't see it because it's so dark, it's Harold's Purple Crayon. I first got it as a joke because my husband's name is Harry, but we really like the color. It gives you a nice purple-blue color. So now for this, I'm going to separate out about, it's 150 ounces in a batch. So I'm going to put about 30 for each color for the swirls. And then leave a natural base. So actually it's not going to be natural, it's going to have the titanium dioxide in it for the white. So I'll do that one first. I always start with the lighter colors. Sometimes with titanium dioxide you get the glycerin rivers, but you'll see like little translucent streaks in your white part of your soap, but I kind of like it. It makes the soap interesting. Some people do not like it, soap makers, but I don't mind it. So there's the white. And now this is the lavender mica. These have been, boy, I'm gonna have crap all over me. The lavender mica has been dispersed in some sunflower oil and all over my glove. And then this is the Harold's Purple Crayon. It looks blue, but it comes out a really nice purple. So that's coming out nice and dark. So I'm getting soap everywhere. Not a surprise, but so make room, bring one of my molds in. Like dragon. I don't know if I can get them both in here. I might be able to get them both in here. So, like I said, I'm doing 2 different ones. So I'm doing two 5-pound molds. So it is 10-pound batch. So for this, for my Lavender Dream, I put the white in first. Fill it to a little over 1/4 of the mold. If anyone's wondering and they're new to soap making, my molds are 5-pound molds from Brambleberry, and I love them because of the silicone inserts and the bottom slide out. So when the soap's ready to come out, you slide the bottom out, drop out the soap and the silicone insert, and then remove the soap. So I love that. So I'll try to level this out a little. I'm going to go with the dark, with the Harold's Purple Crayon first. And hopefully you can see this good. I'm just going to do 3 passes. 1 on one edge, 1 on the other, and then back down. Then do the same thing on this one. They don't have to be perfect. This is what makes each bar unique, because you can never pour exactly the same. So then I'm going to try to follow the same pattern with the lavender mica, which is the lighter of the 2 purples. See, my table's not level. It's bothering me a little. I don't usually pour over here on this side of the table, but because I'm trying to video it, I'm pouring in a different spot. So then what I do is I follow back up with the white, try to follow the same pattern. Oh, that was almost an oops. Boy, this table is not level on this side. Oh, there goes a mess. Okay. I almost feel like I need to put something under there to level them because that's bothering me a little. Put one of my magazines for now. And hopefully I just don't get anything on it. It helped a little. Not much though. So, I'll go back to the dark. Same swirly pattern. Try to leave a little for the, I try to leave a little for the tops. Now, if you leave it like this is what's called a drop swirl. And I did not leave a lot of lavender, but I'm going to actually add to that and do a hanger swirl. So this is a hanger that I bought from Brambleberry. I'm just going to go down the middle and just swirl it around. You don't want to swirl too much, because then your colors will start blending, and you don't want your colors to blend. You just want them to swirl around each other. And this is why you have to have your batter nice and fluid, or you won't be able to get those swirls. Same thing with the drop swirl. You have to pour from a height up and let it drop down into the soap. That's how. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to start working on the top. So I don't really want this to drop down in. So pour it really close to the surface and not fast, so it doesn't drop down into the colors we already have out. My tops are always different because I might be messing up here. Yeah, this one's dropping down in a little. And it looks like I might have a little more in the other mold than I have in this one, so I'll have to remedy that. Tops, I don't really care. I'm not precise in how I put the soap in. Again, I'm just trying to get everything I can out of this. And I'm sticking to this side because this one has, it looks like a little bit less than the other one. So then I'll go with this one. Oh, I don't know if you just saw what I did. I'm trying to. So this one I didn't save a lot, so hopefully I have enough to do. Both sides. Let's just add a little bit more of this. Now I'm going to want to let this thicken because I've been trying to do a new technique and I use a spoon and it has to be nice and thick for me to do that. So I have to pause this and let the soap thicken just a little bit. If it's too thin, it doesn't do what I want it to do. So, okay. All right. Thank you. I'm going to try to see if I can level these guys out a little bit more here so you can still see them. Now I'm gonna stop the video so we can let it the top thicken, and then I'll come back and show you how I do the tops when you have multiple colors. Now I used to take a stick and swirl, which I guess I could do and then mess around with it, but actually why don't I do that? I'll show you what my old technique used to be. I take a little bit of the leftover mica and oil, kind of drop it around. I don't like putting a lot on because I don't know. And you have to do this, if you're going to do this technique, you have to do it when it's somewhat liquid. If it gets too, like my last batch, if it gets too hard, you can't do this. So you take the point and you just stick to the top, and I just start here and start going back and forth like this. It takes the colors and it blends them in together. And then go like this. Completely doing it in straight lines. And then you do figure eights. And that gets pretty little swirls on the top of your soap. So hopefully you can see that. So I have to go the long ways down here. And this produces a flat top. For some reason, all of a sudden I like a lot of stuff on the top of the bar. I'm going through a phase where I like that, but this has been my go-to how I do this. So okay. That's it. And then here. Trying to do cleanup too. And then last but not least, this has to have glitter. My lavender, I always put glitter on I'm just trying to decide if I want to leave the top flat, because I don't know why lately. It's just not what I like to do, but I'll leave it flat for this one. And then, again, I'm using my fairy duster from Mad Micah's. This is Sparkle Plenty, though. The last one I used was the Aqua. So, and with it flat, you can see the glitter a little bit more, because, you know, with the peaks in the last one, you couldn't see it as well. But sometimes they clog up on you, and you just gotta tap them. But you do get glitter everywhere, but this is so much easier than the way I used to do it. Okay. We're having, my top just came off. Again, bad soaping day. That could have been why I was having so many problems with it. But okay. I don't put tons on, but just a little to give it a little bit of shimmer. And of course we'll follow up with our alcohol, and like I said in the last video, I put my soap on seedling mats, heat mats, and let it sit for a good 24 hours or more before I cut it. So I'll show the after bar at the end of the video after it's cut and show you what it looks like on the inside. But this is our Lavender Dream, and hopefully it helped or you enjoyed watching the video. It wasn't too boring, but have a good day.